Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. Thank you for joining today. Greetings, greetings, greetings. We are making sure the audio, make sure you can hear me, because apparently I like to make it so people don't always hear. Jim, sir, hello, hello. Janine, welcome, welcome. PJB Stampa, hello, hello. Adelaide, how are you doing? It's Pattern Paper Monday. Do I look blurry? Am I looking blurry, or is it just me? Oh, look, it might just be me, because there's gook. There's gook in my glasses. Please hold. Please hold, I can't see you. You're really blurry. I might need some new glasses. Oh, that one's really filthy too. What the heck? I hardly wear these. I wear these when I'm up here. And it's gross. Ta-da! Oh, look, I'm not so blurry. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Anywho, bins, it's Pattern Paper Monday. Look it. We have the green bin out because when in doubt, pull out the green. Greenery. Oh, look at that one. That's a homemade greenery one. Isn't it lovely? So I was in the bathroom. I know. Find inspiration all over the place, right? Olive Garden. Their soup and salad. Yeah. Good stuff right there. So I was in the restroom, and in my bathroom I have this wall that separates the potty from the shower so that we can hang a shower curtain and things, and at the top is where we put our shampoos and stuff, and I put some of that it's like a plasticky paper. I put it over the thing because, well, I wanted something that was easy to clean. Contact paper. I put some contact paper on up there, and it's got these leaves that are super cute, and I was like, I want to do something with some leaves. When in doubt, get the green bin out. See, there you go. I know. Jenna, hello, hello. Okay, so I thought I would look through my stuff because I'm pretty sure I have a bin with, well, ooh, look at that, not a bin. I have embossing folders that have leaferees. Like that one has leaferees. This one has birdies with leaferee. But I saw those leaves and I was like, oh, that would be fun. And I could have sworn I have one that's similar. I know I have a stencil. I have a stencil in the Simon Hurley line that is very reminiscent of the contact paper I have in the bathroom. I'm just I know, it's weird, but it's true. Like this one. This is like the contact paper in my bathroom. This sleeve, like on repeat. Not this one, but that one. Ooh, we'll pull that one out. I think I want something like that. I want something that takes up a lot of space. Like this one. See all this black area? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and put these two back because they're not as chunky as that. I want something chunky. Chunky. But you can do this with any stencil. Nice. Or what are these? These are not stencils. You know what these are. Do whatever you want. I don't know. I forget what I'm doing sometimes. Don't worry though. I'll figure it out. Polka dots. Making sure I don't have any others. That might be fun. That might be fun. Something that takes up a lot of space. Has a lot of things. Like that might be fun too. These black ones are 3D embossings, and they go really, really deep. That might be fun, too. We'll pull that one out. Oh, I love that one. That's my skull one. I use this one the mostest. The mostest. Because skulls are glorious. Where was that other one? This one. I don't know how this one would work. Because this one is like an all over, but it is kind of 3D, so more areas do pop up. And it is leafery. Let's see. Let's see. Swear word! You have swear word thingies. Fluffing like crazy. Creativation. Simon Hurley is on the Ranger channel. He did a demo. Because he's doing demos at Creativation. I started to watch. And then I was like, I should probably take a shower. Because I was cooking. You guys. Oh, Janine. Janine! I finished it. Look it. Janine got me this, you guys. Isn't it adorbs? I need to file it, though. The cardboardy bits. And I'm debating if I want to paint the background. Because it's just kind of plain. It's just kind of plain. But I kind of want to paint it. I don't know how I feel. Or it'll stay like that. I don't know. But it's sitting right there for now. Okay, so we've got some embossing folders. Because this one is really... We're going to do that one first. And then we're going to find some pattern paper. Like that. And, ooh, maybe that one. And... Because I want to show you guys that you can do fun things with pattern paper, right? It doesn't have to be plain paper with your embossing folders. Because this is Pattern Paper Monday. And, yeah, I gravitate towards green when I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. As in, right now, I'm not 100% sure. Just grabbing some greenery. Grabbing some greenery. Like this one. This one's an ugly one. I don't know what to do with this one. It's ugly. So we're going to use it. And we're going to see if we can beautify it. Because that's another thing. You can pull out your ugly papers. The ugly papers that you do not know what the heck to do with. Grab your ugly papers. Grab your ugly papers for Pattern Paper Monday. You need a prescription for it. It's a little pricey, but worth every penny. Oh, okay. They're talking about allergy stuff. When I get itchy eyes, I use Bausch and Lomb. Bausch and Lamb. Bausch and... You know. Ow. You know, Bausch and Lomb allergy eyes. Bausch and Lomb allergy eyes. That is my go-to for allergy eyeballs. Because I want to scratch them out. But anywho, okay, so we've got the paper. Next thing we need is to cut it, one, to the size of our card base, which is A2. 2, to the size of the embossing folder. Or 3, whatever size you feel like. Those are the sizes you can cut your paper for your embossing folders. Whatever makes your heart happy. Like these ones here. These ones aren't going to fit perfect. But it's okay. We can even leave it long and leave it stick out. We don't mind. We can do whatever we want. But we're going to start with this one first. And I think we're going to put it on the ugly paper. So we're going to get chop. And I'm just going to cut all of mine to the 5.5 by the 4 1/4. 5.5, 4 1/4. And if that's not 4 1/4, it's fine. And it's not. That's rude. Is it? No. Why is that crooked? It's crooked. You see that? Crooked. It's fine though. Maybe I did something crookified. I crookified it. I don't know. And again, it's fine. It's fine. I cannot get that out of there. How big is this? This is 11, so we're gonna do the 5.5 to make 11. That's what these are. 5.5. Wait, that was 5.5. What length was that? Oh, that one was 12. Let's cut a little bit more. That was a big one. We'll save it. We'll save a strippy. This is fine. This is fine. This. Let's cut this one down. 5.5. 4.25. And then this one, we got to trim it a little bit before we can get into the others. So we're going to do 5.5, 5.5, 5.25. I messed this up the last time. I think that's 5.5 right there. We're just going to put it right there. It'll be fine. And then this one, we're going to do 5.5. That'll leave us 1 inch. And then we're going to use our favoritist to do the 4.25. 4.25. And then it'll leave us a weird size at the end, and it'll be fine. Maybe I'll do 4. And then it's, yeah, that's fine. If I'd have done 4 on this one, I think we would have balanced out a little bit better. Let's do 4. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, that would have been more sensible. Sometimes. Look at that. We get 3 at the same, or we don't. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we has the pattern. We has the pattern paper, and now it's time to beautify it. Especially this one, because it's ugly. It's ugly, it's ugly. We got 4 ugly ones. We're going to do those first. But we have a stack of paper. And then my embossing folders, you can do... Uh-oh, where'd you guys go? I have the drops that the eye surgeon recommended. Dropping eye drops in your eyes is hard. We'll just say that, because like you're not supposed to put things in your eyeballs, right? You're not supposed to, but yet that's what we do. Okay, so we have some scraps. We're gonna put those there. We're gonna get, for me, the Cuttlebug. Because I use my Cuttlebug for my embossing folders. And I have a book. I need to redo my book, because my book is overfloweth. Look at this beast. It's overfloweth. But, yeah, I have a book that has all of my embossing folders in it. And then at the very beginning... right there. We tried this for the Gemini Junior, and it ate. So we just put it in the Cuttlebug. And so Cuttlebug instructions for 3D for thin. An Altenew 3D is a different size than the Tim Holtz, right? So I have instructions. And today, we're doing this one first. Thin, like Park Lane. Well, that would be you. We need the C plate and the white milky shim. So we're going to go into our bin of thingamabobs. Bin of thingamabobbins. Ooh. I don't need all that to fall. We need our base plate. Always got to have the base plate. It is requesting the milky shim, which is the milky shim from the Gemini Junior. And then the C plate. C plate, which is this guy. It's fatter than the B plate. So it's the C plate. Batter up. Okay, and then here it is. We're going in. We're going to smoosh it. Are you ready? Ooh, look at that. Getting smooshy. Ooh, yeah. Perfect. Perfection. And then we look and see if we like it. Look it. Look it. Oh, isn't that nice? But not yet. It's not nice just yet. It's mostly nice, but it's not nice enough. It's not nice enough. We're going to set that there a second. So this is one way. We just add some goodness to that. Here's another way. We're going to open this guy up. We're going to take out some Black Widow. Do I not have this in a felt pad yet? You guys, oh my gosh, you guys. We're going to put Stellar in, you're going to bear with me a minute. We're going to pop this out. We're going to do this. And we're going to go, where did we put those? Where did we put those? Right there. I got them right here. Hold your horses. Willow. Shady. Oh, right there. Right there. Just look down. We got it. Okay. Okay. Because foam pads are nice. They're nice. But when you want to do weird textury things or smoosh your thing all around, you guys, the felt is what we need. I would not add ink to my foam pad this way. You guys, this is felt. I can be a little bit rough. Look at that. I'm going to need another one of these. While we're at it, we might as well just... See, I'm very gentle with this. Okay, very gentle. Where's my credit card? Anybody? Here we are. Here's a credit card. And then we're just going to gently spread that out. Gently. And on this guy, we're just going to just make sure that's pressed in there. And we're going to add some more. We splashed. We splashed, and it's okay. Don't panic. Oh, yeah. It's kind of juicy the first time. It's fine. Re-inkers, you can just buy more re-inkers. Okay. Oh, I got black everywhere. Black. I got black everywhere. Ugh, Cuttlebug. Poor sir. Ugh, I got you all dirty. Cuttlebug doesn't mind. Cuttlebug has been around since the dawn of time. And we don't mind. Did I get it on my shirt? No. We're good. We're good. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So we got Black Widow. And then we're going to, I don't know. How did we put this on here? How did we swiped. I think we just swiped. So I'm going to take the base and I'm going to, wait a minute. Where do we, I don't want to muck it up. Okay, that's what we did. That's what we did. on there. That's fine. We're gonna do that. Well, that's gonna be good. And then we're gonna get a pen. I don't know. We might have to do it with a white pen. Do we have a white paint pen? Yeah. Anyways. I don't know if this will write on there. Black Widow. Not to be confused with a Black Window. Black Widow. We just put it on there. The other colors didn't, yeah. Because, you see, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? You just dap it on there. And then you wipe off the excess. See that? Let's find a clean finger. Look at that. It doesn't come off. Black Widow. Let's hope that stays. Okay. Then while it's on the felt, because that's how we jam, we're going to decide what side of this, okay? This side, the leaves are pressed up. So if we put ink on this side, the leaves will be inky. If we put the ink on this side, the outside will be inky. So we're going to, and then we can just be aggressive. Just be aggressive. Aggressively aggressive. Woohoo! Look at that. Okay. We're going to go just like this. We're going to add some texture because the felt we can do whatever we want with. Look at that. And you can do this with a foam pad. It just applies it differently. It applies it differently. Okay. Then we take our piece of paper. Where's our ugly piece of paper? We take our ugly piece of paper. And normally we would put it down like this and smush it. But if we do this, the black will be on the back of the paper. So I got to make sure I make it so that the black, and this will be reversed. It'll just be reversed and it'll be fine. So we're going to close that. We're going to grab it so it doesn't escape it. No escape for this guy. And we're going to smush it in there because we don't want our paper shifting. And it can shift around because it's not pinched in there yet. So then we open up our doodad and then we send it on through to the other side. And so when we get our paper out, which I'm going to do it twice because we are inking, okay, the ink, doing it this way in reverse, is going to ink the paper, most of the paper. And then our flowery bits will be the ugly paper color. Shall we see? Shall we see if we did it right? Look at that. Oh. We're going to have to dry this. We're going to have to dry this because it didn't ink right there. I'm kind of sad about that. Let's see if we can get that ink that's right there. Ugh. And if not, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Ugh. Don't wear it. Okay. But see? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is not the deboss side. I don't know what I was saying, but that's the proper side. But look at it. Ugly paper. Pretty paper now. But we have to let that dry because this paper has a coating on it. Who knew? Well, I knew. I knew there was a coating. I just was hoping it wouldn't matter. Where's our heat tool? It's not plugged in. Why are you guys never ready for me? I mean, you could just be ready one of these times. Okay. So we're just going to heat this. Heat it up, heat it up. Let's move this. Because I feel like I don't want, oops. I don't want the heat that close to my camera. Hmm. Humma, 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 humma. I don't know. I don't know if it'll stick, but you'll get the idea, right? If you have an ugly pattern, you can put it through the embossing with some ink, and then it breaks it up, right? And you can do this with any color. I just used black because I needed it to be mostly covered, because I really don't like it. But now I love it. Okay. And then the other thing you can do is adding texture. Yeah. But you can also add your color. Let's try a different color. Let's try Tropical Tango. I'm going to get my felt pad because I like those. And then, so we can just swipe. Swipe it. Very gentle. This technique, you just got to be gentle. Okay. So we did the ink on the reverse. We did the ink on the flowery part, right? Like so. And that does look nicer. I do like that. And again, I like doing these techniques with the felt. You can use whatever you want. I prefer... We have unwanted guests. Don't look, T. If you come in, don't look, T. We're gonna go catch our stink bug. Fricker fracker. Put him in this plastic bag. Catch him. We had a stink bug up here the other day that was so fast. Urgh. We caught him. Catch them in plastic wrap. And then they stink and don't come out. But my garbage overfloweth. Maddie! Hello, hello. Okay, so there's that. Pattern paper. You can beautify it. You can take your ugly pattern paper and beautify it. Doesn't that just look more appealing than that? We went from this to this. Like, yeah. And then we went from this to this. Now, textured paper with a coating, you just know that you'll probably have to like wipe it or set it. I mean, it still looks really interesting even if I set it a little. Oh, and then it makes that part look not so bad. I mean, such a drastic difference, right? Oh, so lovely. I like that. But it made my fingers all yucky. Let me clean them. Oops, I got water on that. My bad. Okay. So if you have ugly pattern paper, you can beautify it with some ink and some embossing folders. Zippity! Hello. Okay, so we have one more ugly piece. And then we just wash our embossing folder. And then that guy's washed. Yay! And then let's put, I want to do this one and this. Because I think this will be fun. Because it's a fun pattern. This one is a pattern that we like. So we're not trying to hide anything. We're just trying to Zippity needs to share her images on Discord. She's got amazing chickens, among other things. Let me see if it yanks it this way. I need to pull just a recall for Discord. Hold on a sec. Let me get the direct pull. Close. Go to chat with Sassy. Invite to server. No weird ravens. Oh, I did pull it in. Well, that took it long enough. Goodness gracious. Well, there's a couple of ways to get in now. I need to unplug this and clean this. My keyboard is filthy. Ugh. It's dirty. Okay. Where were we? We were sending this through to the other side, and I gotta get this. But yeah. And anybody else, if you're looking for Discord, the link is always available in my link tree, chat with Sassy. If it doesn't work, just message me and I'll update it. Hopefully I didn't just mess it up. Okay, so then we take a fun pattern and we can emboss on it. Oh, and it can be subtle like that. Like, look how cute that is. In real life, I can see all of that texture. It's really amazing. But if we want to modify it a little bit, we can get overzealous. We can get overzealous about things. And again, we're just going to take our ink pad and gently drag it along. And then it'll accent or highlight some areas. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Pretty awesome, I know it. And again, I prefer felt pads for techniques like this. Ranger has foam and felt pads to do all the things. I need to order some more of these. I like to put my favorite colors that are not coming. I know. The ones that are not going to be in this, I'm going to put on. Anyways, I make my own. Just like you can make your own. I made my own Black Widow. Because Black Widow comes like this. It doesn't come like this. So if you want Black Widow on a Scrubby W pad that you can menangle, that you can really just felt is what you want for really grunging up stuff. But there's those. Okay. And now I need to make room for it. I don't have room. It'll be fine. I'll just put it over there. It'll be fine. Wait, do I have room? I do. Because that's where I got it, Dorcas. It's fine. I really like that one too. That one's going to make a cute card. So that was just a nice, simple, something that has some big areas to cover your yucky areas. So we've done this one. Let's get another paper. We have the paper. Paper's right here. There's that ugly paper again. This one. This one I think would be fun with the ugly paper. Let's do, I want it to be gold. How are we going to do it gold? We're going to do some roly-poly goldy stuff. We're going to do slippery when wet. If you guys don't have lunar paste, buy slippery when wet. You'll be happy. Just buy it. Just buy it. You can use it for all the things. So we're going to pick a side and put some texture paste down, and we're gonna be kind of quick, okay, because it'll harden and rip your paper and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna be kind of quick. So we're gonna get that down. This is gonna be, I got too much in there. It's fine though. Okay. It'll be fine. We're gonna set our paper in. We're gonna do that. We're gonna run this through as quickly as possible. Nope. Let's get you in there. Simon should contribute eventual house purchase because it's his fault. I know, right? Okay. And then we're gonna peel this out of here. Oh ho ho! Aha! Aha! Look at that! I know it started to rip right there, but we made it. We got it out quick before all the rest. But look at that! I know. Should we do another one? Because I've got enough stuff here. We'll get this little bit out of there. Okay. We've got another ugly piece. We're going to set that right in there. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. And we're going to go in. Oops. Did I do that wrong? That one seems a little tight. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh, I did do it wrong. It's fine. So, you guys, I put the embossing folder in wrong. You need to put it in with the fold in first. I did not, and it just wrinkled my paper a little bit. It's fine, though. I'm lucky I didn't break it, but just put it in the right way. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And the texture paste will leave the texture. So if you get some grungy goodness on there, it's going to stay. It's going to stay right there. And then you do need to clean. I mean, you do need to clean it fairly quickly. We can add more of the gold on top. Again, this paper has a residue on it. So, it's just going to be weird. It's almost like gold foiling because it's chunking off in some spots. Like there. looks nice. So nice. Look at that. Oh, it just cleans off. If you run it to the sink, it really cleans off a lot easier. I'm just going to clean it off right here with a paper towel. Paper towel. Paper towel. Because it's a non-porous surface. Okay. Granted, there's some grooves and stuff in there, but for the most part, it's a non-porous. It's non-porous, and I need something other than that. Let me get this guy. We're gonna get our rubbery scrubbery guy, and this will help. This will help because he's like a silicone scrubby guy. And again, if you did this under running water, it would come clean a lot easier. I'm not running down the stairs to an area that has running water. Okay. For the most part, it's clean. Okay. It's really clean, actually. I did a heck of a job. But, there's that. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Clean that. Clean that. Do spellbinder? Yes. Yes, they do. Let me grab one real quick. One of my favorite ones is on sale at Spellbinders, or it was the other day. It was on sale for $8. Is the plaster one. You just have to find the right sandwich, which I think is going to be more. It's going to be almost this sandwich. Almost. So we're going to get this, because this I think is thicker. This is thicker than this. So we just have to find the right sandwich. So we're going to get our piece of paper, like this guy right here. Do we want this guy or do we want this guy? I think I changed my mind. I want to do this guy. So we're going to get that in there. We're going to get our book. Spellbinders. Oh, I have the list right there. It says C plate. C plate. So I just need Spellbinders and the C plate. Just like so. Now, the thing is, you want to make sure, I need to push this up a little bit. So, Cuttlebug, they have an area that says don't go past this. So, you're just going to set it on there. You're going to make sure that your paper fits in the area, because this part hangs off unless you have the extender plates. I have the extender plate, but I don't need the extender plate because the paper I'm using fits. It fits under the thingy, right? So we're going to take that. We're going to take this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to shove it through. And see, it's not as tight as the other sandwich, but it'll still do the things. Because this is a lighter sheet of paper. Not super light though, but look at. Oh, I wish you guys. Oh, let's darken it up so you guys can see. So you can see. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? I love this. This one is called Plaster. It's a Simon Hurley Spellbinders. All of the Spellbinders ones, the 3D ones are this thick. So if there's Simon Hurley's or just Spellbinders, you just need the C plate and the base plate. When I write my instructions, I don't mention the base plate because you need the base plate always. So when I say C plate only, you gotta have the base plate. So it's base, C, and then these guys. And then we can take some of the techniques we had. This is all dried up, but we could have rolled that on there, but it's all dried up. What do we want to use? Let's get some stellar ink. Let's do a couple of drops and let's roll it on with a brayer, because that's going to be different than doing the other way, right? Brayering your ink on is going to give you a different look. Look at that. I know. Isn't that a trip? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. It's just going to give you a different look. Brayering it on versus using the ink pad versus using the embossing folder. We could have inked up the embossing folder and it would have done it differently. What does the backside look like? I don't know. Let's find out. Do I have enough ink there? I'm just going to mist this a little bit and see if we can't get... So this is the deboss side. And it's going to give you a different look. I know, Jim. Great minds think alike. That's the back side, the front side, the back side. It's just glorious. It's just glorious. And this is a lot lighter because we watered it down a little bit, whereas this is more intense right out of the tube. That almost looks like a dragon or a biker's helmet. Like that's the face plate and then the biker's helmet. I don't know. Tell me that doesn't look like a dragon fluffy on a biker's helmet. That's how I feel about that. And this is a non-porous surface as well, so that dried on lunar paste, it just wipes off. It balls up. So you can wash it or you can pick at it, whatever makes your heart happy. If you don't like crusty things, wash it off. If you like how things do that, well then do that. Look at that. I know, right? It's fabulous. I got it all over the place, so that's not fabulous. Any other questions? Gotta go. Bye, Miss Maddie. Should we make a little bitty card with some of the things that we have? We have all of these, and this, and this, and this. You know, I feel like we should do a page just with these. Because it's the same paper and it just would be interesting. Let's do some slices. We're gonna, okay, Jay had a die the other day. The die cut like short and long and then a centerpiece. What if we cut our paper short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, like turn our paper and cut an inch off until we get to nothing? We're gonna do it with all four. If that makes sense. If that makes any sense whatsoever, that's what we're doing. Where's my chop though? I put him away. Okay, so we're gonna cut 1 inch. Do we want Another stink bug. Please hold. Thank goodness I have more stink bug catching material. I got him. Okay. 2! Ah! Okay, so 1 inch turn for 1 inch, turn for 1 inch, or whatever that is, turn for 1 inch. And I think that will do. So we've got so it'll do that. Okay. And then we'll have our centerpiece. I think. Is that what we want? Let's try 3/4 inch, and we're gonna start on this side. We're gonna try 3/4 inch. Maybe we'll just step down a little bit each time. So we're gonna 3/4 rotate. Rotate. Oh no, I need to cut this one. We should rotate it around. I don't think I rotated it around right the last time, and it's fine. Okay. That gives us, oh, look at that. That gives us interesting bits. Like, interesting. Look at that. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. Stink bugs all year round, because I get the hibernating ones that don't know what the heck they're doing. Okay, and then I think we're gonna leave this one full. I think we're gonna leave that full, and then do we like that? I like that. You know what? We're gonna leave that one like that, and then we're gonna do this one, I think. How do I want to do this? I want to do that. I think these turn out to be like a little bit smaller. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so that's the smallest one. That's the next one. That's the next one. That's that one. And then that one. I like that. And then what if we did like that, that, and then another little piece there? Do we like that? I feel like that would be interesting. But maybe hang it off a little so that there's more space. But not you. You're going to be there, and you're going to be there, and you're going to be there. There, and there, right? And then that one will go there. That one will go there. And then that one would go there and there. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's fine though. How about going like this? Since we have two there, we can do that one there. And then these ones, what if these ones are all the same size? I know I cut them that way, but sometimes you don't know until you go and do it. With the little, I like that. I like that. We're going to do that. And then that one's going to be that. And then I think, nope, that one's too short. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we need 2 card bases. We'll trim that down so we get a little bit of a border, and then we're going to put those in there. Question though, do we want a little bit of a white border in between those? Like, do we want like extra whiteness? I know that sounded really weird, but it's fine. Mary's Crafty Creations, Cordelia, hello, hello. Like, do we do white and what color and white and color and white and color? Like, humongousies? A humongous? I feel like that's what I want. I feel like we'll cut it and then we'll see what we feel. So we're going to do lots of white with that one. So we'll do this one first. We're going to trim this down. And then, yeah. Just a little bit, though. Because we have that weird spot. That's weird. Weird. I need you, sir. Can you come here? That would be great. Okay. So we're going to put this on here. And we're going to take it down. I don't know. Do we want to take it a whole quarter? No, we just want a tiny, tiny white area. So we're just going to take down a little bit. And then we're going to try it and see if we like it. I like it. I like it with a tiny, tiny thing. You be right back. Okay, before we do that, we're going to glue all of these pieces onto this. And then we'll trim it. Okay. Gonna get this guy on there. It's gonna go right there. Then we're gonna do this piece here. Right there. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Then we're going to do this piece because it's our smallest piece. I'm going to put you right there. Then our next piece. It's going to go right there. And then this piece. And then this piece. And then this piece. Oh, yeah. Put way too too much glue on it, but that's fine. Oh, isn't that pretty? I know. Do we have another one? Carol Johnson! Hello, hello! Okay. Okay. I don't know. Sound like we might have had another. I'm using my glue scissors, and I'm using scissors because I don't want the glue all over my cutting. You could easily put this in your chop and chop it off, but I don't want all the glue that I've got going on in my chop. So, no, I'm not. Oh, we need to add glue. Look at how cute that turned out. With that little bit of golden goodness back there and all, so much texture. And to think, it was an ugly piece of paper to start with. It was so ugly. If you guys don't know how ugly, hit rewind. Go back. Okay, so here's the dilemma now. Do we put it on like this so that it opens like this? Or do we put it on like this so that it opens like this? I think I like it like this. I think I like it like this. And then you, not me, you could put a sentiment on it and plop it down anywhere. But we're just going to plop it on like so. But yeah, so if you like it one way versus the other, you can use that whole idea to do your own. So technically, we could have just cut for this. I didn't go the route I was going. So you could just cut 1-inch strips and 3/4-inch strips. So, and that's basically what I have is 1 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/4, 3/4, because it was just shy of an inch. And so you didn't have to cut them. And then we could have just, like, one piece would have worked for two. You see what I'm trying to say? I don't even know. But, and then, yeah, you could do sentiment. You could do all the things. Like, all the things. But this is how mine's going to go out. Which, by the way, I need to write on there. 5/18. 5/18 2026 pattern paper Monday 1 of 2, because I'm going to be making 2 cards. So there's that. If somebody ever gets that, they'll know what day I made it. Christopher! Jean Morin! Hello, hello! Okay, so this one, I want to trim it down so that we get a little white border, and then we're going to add little white borders to both of those, because I'm feeling a little Whitey Ford sings the blues. Gotta slow it down. Slow it down. we're not taking a full 1/4 inch off, just a little bit, so that we get a little bit of a white trimming, just like so. Okay, and then we're gonna take some scrap paper. We're gonna see if we can get 2 out of here. I don't think I want the decally. Do I want it decally? Let's do it decally. Decally, decally, decal. Monsieur Crunch is gonna pull in our decal. And we're just gonna do, again, we just want a tiny bit. Tiny, teeny tiny, teeny tiny. Is that gonna be teeny tiny? That's gonna be teeny tiny. I don't know. That looks a little off. We're gonna try and straighten it up a little bit. We'll get it. Don't worry. Okay. We like that. And we just need to take a little bit off of that. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Test. Ooh, we like it. We like it. Do we like it a lot? Oh yeah, look at that. That's very nice. Very nice. And then we have this piece that we just need to hone it down a little bit, which I think we're going to take a wee bit off of this. And then we're going to take, yeah, that was nice. We're going to take a lot off of this one. Right there, maybe? I don't know. Is that enough? Is that not enough? Let's try there. There. I feel like there's just a little bit too much there. Let's take a tiny bit off. Yeah, maybe. Is that better? Do I like it? Morris? Yes! Do we need a little bit more off? No. Yes? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. The sound in the video are off. I'm sorry. I'm a little off sometimes. Let's drink to that. It's just cherry Coke, but we'll drink to that anyways. Mr. Jim has returned. Just in time to finish up this one. We're going to get our card base. We're going to move all that stuff to the side. And we're going to glue it. Glue it good. Where do we want to start? We're going to start with this one. I don't know. That foliage pattern is pretty cool, huh? You should have seen the paper at the beginning. We had some ugly paper. It was some ugly paper. Why did I put the lid on that? It's not necessary. We're putting that on there. I think this particular embossing folder was a Momenta. And it had dies and a matching folder. It's, yeah, a Momenta set. It's very nice. This, when we did this one, we put the black ink on there and then smushed it on the ink. And then this one, we rubbed the ink over the top. So it's the same folder, these two. We just applied the ink differently. But that was the paper all up in there. Ugh. It was not pretty until we added to it. On Pattern Paper Monday, add to it. Oh, look at that. And a nice gold sentiment will be really nice there if you're so inclined to put sentiments on your things. I'm really liking the whiteness. Yay! Okay, and then get this on here. Nice tiny white border. And because we brayered on the texture paste, that was pretty much dry the second we were done. That is slippery when wet. Again, this is the same paper that we've used throughout. We just put different embossing folders on. And it's a trip. It all started with the same ugly paper. I mean, yay. For interest, you could pop up certain layers of this. Say, like, if you do a sentiment, maybe pop up the sentiment. That would be really fun. Oops. Press your stuff down, because it needs that. And then there we go. So we have the same ugly paper, just different embossing folders. Like, it's so fun. So if you have ugly paper and you need it to be Butamus paper, just emboss it. Emboss it with color, emboss it, then add color. I mean, do all the things. Do whatever makes your heart happy. Oddly, both of these make my heart happy going this way today. I make a lot of cards that open like this. You know, in this orientation. But I think I like it in this orientation. I don't know. That's how we're gonna do it. And then we do... two of two. There's our stuff. Yeah. It does. And you could make all the things. It's pretty. If you're more methodical, your two pattern pieces, if you cut them in the right spaces, like, it could be an extension, right? If you just chop, chop, chop. Any hoobins, but I'm not that methodical, so, but yeah, you can do that. Aww, craft would have been good, but I think, well, craft would have darkened it a bit, so that's hard to say. This is not craft, but craft, it could have. But I like the white today. I gotta remember to use my craft. You know, we should put some craft in our bin. I might remember to use it if it was in my bin. But that's what we have today. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on Pattern Paper Monday, where we used embossing folders to make things pretty. We're so pretty. You're so pretty. You know, hold on a sec, because, okay, I just want to emboss a few more. Stay right there. Because I want to see what this one does with this. I want to see what this one does with this. And I want to ink it up. What do I want to ink it up with? Something dark. Something dark. Fake plant. That's dark. There's fake plant. Hold your horses. Just hold your horses. We're going to put that there. It may not turn out as good as I think it is. And what do we need? 3D B plate. Oh, and the metal shim. B plate, metal shim, and the B plate. Because those together are still skinnier. So these are super thick. Super thick. We're gonna do this really quick. Just cause this one is like an all over thingy. We're gonna see. We're gonna put some fake plant in there. We're gonna see what that does, because I have no clue. I don't even think I've used this aside from stamping it into my book. Like, I don't think I've actually like used this one. So here's B, here's our metal shim and our base plate. Because you gotta have the base plate or nothing's gonna happen, right? That one goes through pretty easy. It's fine. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. We got some ink into some of those areas. Like, ooh. Put that over there. Put that over there. So what would happen if we added more ink? Would it be a bad thing? Oh no, that's nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. And it's fun because you have that lacy pattern in the back now, and then we have the leafy pattern in there. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if any of these are still available, you guys. You're just going to use what you have. And if you're not sure, just emboss on a white piece of paper first and see what it looks like. Before, if you like only have one sheet of white paper or pattern paper, or just emboss it. Get more paper. Get more paper. Okay, so that one, I really like that one. And see, this one is like a one and done. This one would be pretty on some craft paper. Like, look at that. That would be pretty. And it would be different too, again, on thick paper versus thin paper. If this was thicker paper, we'd have more dimension. More dimension, right? So, I wonder if we'd have glued this down to a thicker piece of paper and then ran it through, what it would do. Let's find out. Hold on a sec. I know. I just need to take up all your stinking time. Yeah, we're gonna glue this thin piece to a thicker piece and then see what happens. Because inquiring minds want to know, right? So thin paper glued to a thicker paper. What's that going to do for us? Let's find out here real quick. Okay, we're going to use the same sandwich because we can do that. And we'll add the color afterwards. So we're going to put it in there. We're going to put that in there. Maybe get in there, heathen. So we have our metal shim, the C plate, do that like that, and then our A plate, our base plate. That's a little bit tighter. Just a little bit. Bloop. Oh, that's nice. Feel like it could be where do you fit in there? I want to do this again. I feel like, dang it. I feel like it could be smooshed a little bit harder. So I'm going to try the milky shim instead of that shim and see what that one does. This might be too much. It might be too much. Yep, it's too much. It says no ma'am. No ma'am. Milky shim is way too much. What if we do C plate? Because that is... Oh wait, that was the C plate. Okay, let's try this again. Milky shim with the B plate. Nope. It says no. It says no. Let's try the C. Let's try that. Feel like I could get it a little bit more smishied. Like a little bit deeper. No, that is the see, that's what happens. That's our sandwich. Is just those. So what if we put another piece of paper on it? Will that? Question is, did it fall out of its space? It did. It's in. Ow. Ow. One piece of paper. That makes it tough. Sometimes that's all it needs is a piece of paper. Oh, that's even better. Oh, I doubled it. Did I double it, or was that like that? No, it moved. It moved, but it's really cool. That was what it needed, though, was another sheet of paper. But it did shift, so it'll ink up interestingly. Sometimes your sandwich is fine, you just need to add a piece of paper, which you can do that. Yep, there's another one. Where is he at? I heard you. Heathen. This, I'm going to tell you this right now. Doubling up the paper, like that thin paper with the thicker paper, makes it feel like wallpaper. Like that weird consistency of wallpaper. Just so you know. But yeah, it feels really interesting. So play around with your embossing folders. If it doesn't feel like it's enough, add a sheet of paper, because that's the shim. This is my sandwich for this, but I needed a piece of paper, which I'm going to write down on here. B plate plus metal shim and a piece of paper for thinner papers. I'll know what that means. For my thinner papers, I'm going to need more papers. And then that's that. That'll be my thing now, because I've figured that one out. Yeah, this just feels so much neater. And if you glue them, just make sure they're glued like all the way to the edge and stuff. I mean, it's not terrible. I can squirt some glue in there, but maybe brayer the glue in so that you get nice adhesion. It's really nice though. This would have took, see, it took way better ink, even though I messed up and like double sandwiched it, shifted, whatever. I like it. I like it a lot. We can make a bazillion of these and glue them to the wall to make wallpaper, right? That would be fun though. All right, my friends, I want to thank you for playing on Pattern Paper Monday, where we took our pattern paper and ran it through some embossing folders to see how lovely we could make it. And we came out with 2 wonderful looking cards right there. Any hoobins. And don't worry about this. I'm going to hose it down and scrape it with my metal scraper thingy. This guy right here. And it'll clean right up, because it's a non-porous surface. But anytime you're cleaning your glass mat and you have your razor scraper, you want to make sure that did you see that? Look at that. It peeled so perfect. Will it stick? Probably not. Oh my goodness. That was really cool. Might have to glue that on there. But did you see? It peeled so nice. Can we do that again? Tweezers. Tweezers. Bye, Jean. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out with me. I will be back on Wednesday for Scrapbook Wednesday. So come hang out. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cool? I don't think I've ever had it peel off so fabulously. I mean, that is pretty darn cool. May have to get it to dry and then glue it down, but yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm pretty impressed with that. We might have to do that on purpose next time. Any hoobins. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time, which will be Wednesday for Scrapbooking Wednesday, right here on the channel, 7 p.m. Eastern. Until then, stay crafty, stay cool, stay fabulous. Okay, bye.